How are you doing, guys? Welcome back to the match review. It's just finished. Crystal Palace 0, Arsenal 1. That ref was diabolical last night. I don't care what anyone says. Let me tell you why. So as you should all know, Arsenal did beat Crystal Palace by a goal to nil last night. A typical 1-0 to the Arsenal. The skipper Martin Odegaard scoring a penalty. First of all, I just want to get into the referee because he was diabolical last night. He was absolutely diabolical last night. I thought in the first 20 minutes he was alright, the referee. It was just since, like, half an hour into the first half where we just started being a dickhead. Where we just started being a dickhead. I mean, we can see now with different teams what we're like and what refs are like. Because this ref should be treating us the same as every other club in the Premier League. There are 20 clubs in the Premier League. We're like an off club. The referees probably think to themselves, oh, it's Arsenal, it's Arsenal, it's Arsenal. No. Yes, we're Arsenal Football Club. But look, we wear the badge with pride. And I'm not having people sitting there, sitting there saying, oh, yeah, the refs were on our side today, the refs were on our side. And then you can go and fuck right off. Because no. I want the ref to be on no one's side. I want the game to be fair. No. I know. It's Arsenal. Let's completely fuck them up. Let me go into, just by saying that, it's not just this referee that's the same. It's every single one of the English referees in English football. Whether it's the Premier League, whether it's the Championship, whether it's League One, whether it's League Two, whether it's the Vanarama National League, they are all absolutely shit. Shit. And you can see now exactly what I mean by that and what I'm trying to say. This referee was shit. Get this referee out the fucking door. Get all referees out the door. Because I've had enough of referees now. They're really pissing me off. And they've been pissing me off for about a year or two now. It's getting to the stage now where I don't think anyone gives a shit about referees anymore. I'll just make my own. If I was a football player, I would just make my own decisions. Refs are just so fucking stupid. And I know there's a lot of rival fans that are, for example, Spurs fans, United fans, Chelsea, Liverpool, etc., who would sit there and say, oh, well, you can't blame it on the ref. I ain't blaming nothing on the ref. The thing I'm blaming on the ref is this referee, along with the referee that I think, was it Lee Mason? The one that refereed Arsenal versus Brentford last season, and when Ivan Toney scored the offside goal. Ivan Toney himself said it was offside. What do? You give the goal. You little fucking twat. Fucking hell. And you give the goal. So you know what I'm saying now? It's getting to the point where it's just getting ridiculous with these referees. And I look at last night for example. He sends off Tomiyasu. For pulling this, for doing this to Jordan Ayew's shirt. I'm sorry, but what? He pulled Jordan Ayew's shirt and he sends him off. When I can easily sit there and I can say to myself, the booking that Tomiyasu had received wasn't fair either, actually, because if you actually count the time Kai Havertz had the ball, holding in his hands, getting ready to take the throw in, it was 1 minute and 2 seconds. Tomiyasu had it for 25 seconds. Not fair. Not fair at all. And you mean, Even this tug on the shirt, that wasn't a booking for me. That was nowhere near a fucking booking for me. People that want to sit there and say, it's a red card all day long. This, that, the other. Say what you want, right? Say what you want, but you just don't support Arsenal, right? Because, or you just didn't watch the game properly last night. Because I reviewed it, and I looked at Tomiyasu's hand, and it was like this against Jordan Ayew's shirt. Jordan Ayew dived, and we could see it as well. And then about 5 minutes later, Kai Havertz does the exact same thing to Eberechi Eze. Where's the booking for Havertz? Where's the booking and sending off for Havertz? You know what I'm saying? It's just fucking ridiculous now. It's just being fucking. It's just fucking ridiculous now. And it is getting to the stage where it is starting to piss me off. These fucking twats of referees. Listen, if I could referee myself, I would. I know we'd all be a shit referee, but still, as long as I don't have Bruno Fernandes fucking screaming in my ear, you know what I mean? That's all I really care about. Fucking twat of a referee though, I'm serious. I never want to see that referee managing refereeing an Arsenal game ever again, because seeing it makes me fucking want to rage. But yeah, let's move on from the topic of the twat referees, and let's speak about the game last night. Crystal Palace 0, Arsenal 1. That wasn't comfortable. We had a couple moments where we looked like we were panicking, especially in the second half and towards the end of the game. Crystal Palace were dominating us, and they had 80% possession, and we had 20. That's embarrassing. Yes, I know we won the game 1-0, but you've got to sit there and you've got to pick out a couple of players on their decisions, and you've got to pick out Arteta for his decisions. So yeah, as I do now in the match reviews, I'm gonna go through every single player, and I'm gonna tell you my thoughts on them. So goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale, I thought he was brilliant last night. I thought, because now David Raya's come in, I thought, yeah, Ramsdale's finished. It's the end of Aaron Ramsdale. Goodbye, Rambo. But no, he was brilliant. I think he was one of the best men on the pitch, because just seeing what he done when, I think it was Edouard, Odsonne Edouard, who was clean through on goal. And Ramsdale just came out and leaped out like that. That was brilliant. Yes, I know he's under pressure now by the incoming of David Raya. But yeah, listen, Ramsdale for me was superb last night, and I think if he can keep it up, Raya's not going to get into the team. Moving into the defence, Thomas Partey, a right back. Normally I don't like him there, but I think today was one of his better games there. You know, I seen the pass he made up to Saka, which nearly rolled in, which I was kind of surprised about. But apart from that, didn't really have a lot to do. Whatever he had to do, he dealt with. He dealt with beautifully, and there was one shaky moment towards the end where Jeff Schlupp put it through for Eze, and Thomas Partey nearly conceded a penalty. But yeah, for me that was not a penalty. Eze dived, and we move on into the centre back. William Saliba, for me, the man of the match last night. He was fantastic. He had Edouard in his pocket, and he dealt with Edouard comfortably. And we've got a player here. We have a fantastic player in William Saliba. Our Rolls Royce, William Saliba, absolutely brilliant. And I do think that William Saliba, let's say in about 2 to 3 to 4 years, the likes of Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland will be saying to themselves, shit, I'm playing against Saliba, one of the best centre-backs in the world right now, because he is. I could easily say he is in there for top 15 best centre-backs in the world, easily. easily, 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 which is an easy thing for me to say. His centre back partner Ben White done his job well, I think. Didn't have a lot to do, but I mean, whatever he had to do, he dealt with quite comfortably. And yeah, kudos to Ben White for doing that. Now at the left back position was Takahiro Tomiyasu. Now I know I've ranted about the referees. Tomiyasu's game himself, he was brilliant. That red card wasn't his fault, because all he did was that, basically. He shouldn't have been booked in the first place. He shouldn't have been sent off in the first place. That's what I'm ending on. Into the midfield, Declan Rice again. If I didn't pick Saliba for man of the match, it would be Declan Rice, because this lad, right? We spent £105 million on the new Rolls Royce, on another Rolls Royce. So we got two Rolls Royces now. Let's get fucking going. Yeah, I thought he was outstanding last night, Declan Rice. I think that pass he made into Martinelli, where he should have buried that in the goal, to be real, and he waited and the defence just got back and done it. But yeah, listen, Declan Rice is a fantastic footballer, and we paid £105 million for him. What a bargain! What a fucking bargain we spent for Declan Rice. I know a lot of West Ham fans sitting there saying he's not worth 105 million. That's because he fucking moved from West Ham. If he was still at West Ham, they'd be saying, oh yeah, he's 120 million. He's worth 120 million. You know what I mean? It's just footy fans these days. But yeah, listen, Declan Rice was outstanding for me. His midfield partner, Kai Havertz, I think it was one of his quieter games. Didn't really have a lot to do. I didn't really see him on the ball much. Apart from the time where it looked like he was being fouled a lot, especially by Mark Gahey and what's his name, Joe Ward. But I do think Kai Havertz, he did what he did well, but he was still quiet last night, if that makes any sense. But yeah, listen, it's just Kai Havertz, in it, and yeah, we move on into the attack. Martinelli, again, one of his quieter games. Not like the Martinelli we saw against Nottingham Forest, and that's a definite. But I do think this Martinelli especially is gonna be a special Martinelli throughout the season. He looked a bit upset when he went off yesterday. I don't blame him, because Arteta should not have taken him off at all. Arteta should have given him the chance he needed. But that's Martinelli for you. In the cam position, Martin Odegaard got our goal. A bit quiet though, apart from the goal. I mean, he has been quiet so far this season, but it's very early days yet, But I do think Martin Odegaard, I can see something special from him this season. 30 million we only paid for him. Just remember that. Come back to this video at the end of the season. 30 million we paid for him. He'll do something special. Trust me. On the right, Bukayo Saka again, another quiet evening for him. Tyrick Mitchell dealt with him, and I ain't really got that much more to say about him. Up front as a striker, Eddie Nketiah. Again, one lost the penalty, but apart from that, he had a couple shots and a couple sitters. Especially that one where he chipped it over Sam Johnson. Why are you chipping it? Just slot it past him. It's as simple as that. I was getting ready to start celebrating and everything, and Eddie Nketiah just goes and misses. I mean, Jesus Christ. But yeah, listen, that's the starting 11 for you. Into the subs, I think the first one I was made was Jorginho. He came on, I think, was it for Martinelli, I think. Oh yeah, I'll just say him. I'll just say it now. Oh wait, I think he came on for Havertz. Yeah, he came on for Havertz, and I think Jorginho. When he came on, he proved us a point. He proved us all a point why I said he should start in the match preview, because we shouldn't have had Havertz last night. The midfield should have been Jorginho and what's his face, Declan Rice. Them two look like they're just outstanding together. The way Jorginho nearly found the pass into Saka was amazing. I did think that, we wouldn't see much of him, but yeah, we did. Into the next substitution, it was Gabriel. He came on for Gabriel Martinelli. Now, I've been hearing links from Saudi Arabia with Gabriel. He better not be going nowhere. Along with Saliba, he's the best centre back in the Premier League. I don't want to hear it. A lot of fans would sit there and call me biased. Call me whatever you want. Because whoever calls me biased hasn't watched Arsenal play. You know what I'm saying? I haven't watched Arsenal play at all. If you watch Arsenal play, then you'd understand why I'm saying that. And yes, I know Gabriel's just after coming on two games in a row and being on the bench and that, this, that, the other. But you've got to give the man credit, because he said he wants to stay at the club, and that is fantastic. And I have him on the back of this shirt as well. So yeah, listen, Gabriel's just my brother, innit? The next substitution was. I'm trying to think now who came on. Zinchenko. He came on in place of Bukayo Saka. Again, didn't really do much, Zinchenko, but I didn't really do a lot. That's what I think. I don't know why KT was left out the squad again. He should not have been left out the squad. He should have been there, Kieran Tierney. I would have started him over. I would have started him over Tommy if he was there, but I mean, I knew he wasn't going to be there, and that's why in the match preview I said Tomiyasu. But yeah, Zinchenko. I don't think there was any other substitutions. So yeah, listen, that wraps it up for the match review. Crystal Palace 0, Arsenal 1. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like on the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. I'll be back on Friday for the match preview to the Fulham game. So yeah, with that said, make sure you like and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell to be notified every time I upload a video. And yeah, with that said, I'll see you later. I'm out of here.